We're not going to touch these. We've got acids and oils in our hands. If we touch these decorations, we can stain them and stop them from growing. We see a few young ones here. They might want to bring their kids back when they're older. If so, we want them looking just as nice. A couple of million years worth of growth down there. We don't want to stop anytime soon, so I hope you'll understand that. No touching? Beautiful. No eating, drinking or smoking in the caves. That's pretty straightforward. If you have a water bottle, I don't mind that. Just don't spill it everywhere. That would be ideal. Make the path nice and wet. Photos are allowed. I see some pretty serious cameras found their way to here, so that's all good. I will let you know we aren't coming out the same way. We're coming out an exit, so if you see something you like, definitely take the time to snap a photo. But I'm going to ask you to keep your photos nice and quick. Okie dokie. Start off with pretty significant part of the cave, this one, because through there is where they first came into the royal cave. There was no entrance or exit from the outside. So the only way into this cave was through the fairy cave. In 1907, they found a little hole at the end of the fairy cave. It was about this high. There was water this high off the ceiling. So they had to wriggle through on their backs so their noses were out of the water in the pitch black. Very beautiful. I like that. Call this one Niagara Falls, massive flowstone. Kids call it a hippo. You feel like a hippo, I guess?
Ayers Rock.
Ayers Rock, yes, indeed. Very good. So you can only imagine how long that took to grow. We'll point on the age of things a little bit later. But a few of you might have noticed these ones. What's going on here is when a stalactite and a stalagmite meet in between and start growing together. They're called a column or a pillar. So you might see some bigger ones along the way of those as well. They're quite cool. Yeah. This is also my favourite chamber because my favourite decoration grows in this chamber, and it's this one growing down on an angle there, somewhere, growing on the angle. It's called a blanket or a shawl, but I call it bacon. You can probably see why. For you guys, we've got a little bacon growing. Good one. Yeah, keep moving along guys, so people have a bit of a... You kind of got to go in there with the guys, so... Let me just sneaky. You can't get married in this cave, remember it? I think there's been about 3 or 4 in this one. If you want to get married underground, hey, you can do that. But if you keep a lookout for some fairies, I know there are some around. There's definitely some in the fairy cave, but you can see there are some fairy dust in here, so you've got to keep an eye out. They're quick. Let me know if you see some, that's for sure. But tiny little flat surfaces on these flowstones, they all but sparkle. So if you turn the lights off, they won't be sparkling. Very cool.
ഞാൻ ഇവിടെ ഡിസ്കഷൻ അப்புறம் ബന്ധുக்கலாம் അപ്പുറത്തായിരുന്നു Yeah.
Can anyone guess why this might have been called the fairy cave? All this looks like sparkling fairy dust, doesn't it? Frank Moon, when he got to this area, is when he named the cave because he thought it was like a fairy wonderland. Frank Moon wanted to get married here. He thought he would be all good. I found this place, I want to get married here. Unfortunately, he went about it the wrong way. He turned around and asked the government. The government turned around and said no. Anyway, Frank Moon, he had himself a daughter. Can anyone guess what he named his daughter?
Moonshine.
Fairy Moon.
Oh, close.
So Fairy learned from her father's mistake and came in here and got married without asking. You'll see photos, much of it. You can probably get it now. Us just breathing in here. A bit sad, but it's good for people. Okay, everyone can still see me? Yeah. Alright. Now this is a great spot for photos. Now you'll see a photo of Frank and Fairy standing behind this in the information center. Take too many photos because this is a very back-breaking part, and I don't want anyone at the back getting stuck and getting a really sore back. That's a stalactite. There's a few more stalactites further up there. See how they're spitting out the side? A bit curly. Everybody see that? Now scientists, I was in the right place, I was daydreaming there before. Now scientists can't agree on the correct theory, well what they think is the correct theory for these stalactites because they basically defy gravity. They're not dripping down, they're not going up or anything, they're going straight out the side. Especially this one, I've never ever seen one that spirals around like that and looks like a scorpion tail. That's unbelievable. I thought it was up there, but I'll move this down there.
Wait, two little.
You wouldn't like It all looks like there's extra stuff. There's all stuff down. This is close down here. Also, I should mention that we're up higher now in the cave, and the higher you go in a cave, I think I already explained this earlier, the older it is. This is why everything is so much bigger up here.
¿Qué tal experiencia, Linda?
Muy bien, esa es una entrevista.
¿Te ha gustado o no?
Claro.
Bueno, un poquito de calor.